Diva here, Shayna.
Yes, she is here because at the height of her career she performed in Milan's La Scala opera house, one of the most famous opera houses in the world. The fans sang her praise, but driven out by the diva's fabulous story. She quickly fell from grace and she spared none of the gory details to relay in her tale and in her book, The Rise and Fall of the Scala Diva.
Yes. Well, La Scala is a tag. It really is, because everybody says she sang at La Scala. And when I go to Milan, you know, the taxi drivers and everybody say, "Alla signora canta La Scala," you know, and it drives me mad because...
Well, it is I mean, if you've sung in La Scala...
But everybody thinks it's the only place I've ever sung.
Yes, of course.
And I've only done, well, I was contracted for 8 performances as a soloist, as a guest artist. And it was actually reduced to 7 because on the opening night, they went on strike. And then on the opening...
Italians.
Yes, and then on the opening night, it was pretty tempestuous. We were headlines in the news because we got booed and hissed.
Oh dear.
And I missed the tomatoes and everything because they did not want this opera on because it was a modern opera and they were going to Washington and they wanted to take Verdi and they were spending too much money on us. Well, it was really terrible. I mean,
wow,
I was all right
times.
because I had high notes and I said, yeah, of them, you see, and I shut them up.
See, that is the one thing. If you are an opera singer, you can sing higher or shout louder than anybody else.
No, but they were all opera singers, but my bit just got to them.
Can I say congratulations to you before we go on, because you've just been given a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Venice Film Festival, which is usually reserved for actors.
Yes.
But this lady is revered in Italy because of all her work as an opera singer.
You're embarrassing me. Now, we nearly got the first prize, which was the Great Leone d'Oro, which is for actresses, you see.
Yes.
And I got this coming through my email, "You have been awarded the Leone d'Oro." Well, I thought it was a joke. I really thought they were having me on. And I nearly passed out, and then Nicola went on to explain other things, and I was in a state of shock. And I went out to celebrate just naturally. I didn't really believe them. And then they rang, and I wasn't in, and they thought I was in hospital recovering from shock. So anyway, eventually Nicola Cattò, who was the instigator of everything, he rang and he said, "Marjorie, are you all right?" I said, "Yes, I just got your email. I can't believe it." Well, I said, "Go on, you're joking." He said, "No, I'm not." I said, "You must be joking." And then it sank in. Well, the thing is, I wasn't an actress. I was before, but I didn't merit that great honour. And then they gave me the Leone d'Argento, which is the silver one. Can
I let everybody listen to your beautiful voice? And then I want to ask you about life in Italy, because you were there in the 60s and it was La Dolce Vita.
Well, I'm 70. I'm not that old. I am getting... I've got my bus pass. We're going to review.
Let's listen to Marjorie Wright. I want you to hear this unbelievable voice that has taken Italy. That was a picture of you there meeting the Queen Mother. That was in London.
Yes. Well, that was at the Royal College of Music when I got the Clara Butt prize.
Right.
And I'll make it very quick, because I was teaching at Rodin School at Brighton when it actually took place, you see. And they had, it was very wonderful girls' school, and when the Baronova, who was a dance mistress, heard that I was going to be presented to Her Majesty, she said, "You must learn to curtsy, darling. You must learn to curtsy." So anyway, we had these wonderful lessons curtsying, and I'm not too good in my feet. And every time I saw her, I had a pilot, but she said, "Curtsy." Well, it came to the last day, you see. And she said, "Now, what underwear are you going to wear?" And I said, "Underwear?" I said I hadn't thought about it. Well, she said, "We had a terribly sad story about one of our dear girls who's a debutante." And she said, the thing is that she wore suspenders and stockings. And she said when she curtsy to Her Majesty and the Duke of Edinburgh, the back suspender of the right leg got stuck in the front suspender of the left leg, and she had to be taken off by palace attendant. So when I went along, I thought of this there was a general rehearsal with Sir Ernest Bullock, the director of the Royal College of Music, standing with the book.
Did you do it?
Well, I went, I was thinking about this, and so I curtsied to Sir Ernest. I was thinking about it, and I went off, and Sir Ernest shouted after me, said, "Marjorie, you forgot the prize."
You were so delighted you actually just got the curtsy out of the way. I love it. The book has come out in Italian as well. Tell me about La Dolce Vita in Italy. Was it at that time mink coats?
Yes. No, it's always the mink. I mean, they are fabulous. I had a mink too, but because otherwise people thought you weren't working. But it's
that
wonderful.
Was the lifestyle.
But,
I mean, you were this famous opera singer.
The mink is terrific, my dear, because you can put anything under it and you look great on top. But the lifestyle in Rome was when I went there, because I mean, it was a Dolce Vita, and it was a wonderful time of the films and everything. And I was rescued from one concert where a French conductor didn't like me very much, and he was, and out of the depths emerged Edmund Purdom, who'd been the student prince. He was recording it, you see, and this terrible, we didn't get on very well, shall we say, because we just didn't get on. And he said, and Edmund Purdom, oh, gorgeous man, he said, "Enough," he said, "she has a wonderful voice." And he stood up for me to this rather minute Frenchman, and
this Napoleonic Frenchman. The book has been released in Italy.
Yes.
And you're very excited about that. You just received the Italian copy today.
Well, it has already been released in Venice last December, where I got the award.
And you were in the newspaper. You were in Berlusconi's newspaper.
Yes, last week I was in Berlusconi's personal newspaper. Can you believe it? On page 3, and it said it's just dreadful because Wright had to pack her bags and leave. Now, I didn't have to pack my bags at all.
Suggesting
they thought I was very hard.
The other opera divas wanted you to pack your bags and leave Italy.
They're lovely people, and they were very sad about it, but I didn't have to pack my bags at all. I left of my own accord because it just got difficult. I was doing too well, and it just happened, and we had a great talk about it, and the Italians said, "Look, it's better to go back to your own comfort zone on your passport and work, and then come back here, and feel safer there."
Right.
I mean, I left of my own accord, and we were broken-hearted, and we said, "We'd always come back." So it took a long time.
Do you know what's wonderful, Marjorie? It's still in the newspapers. Berlusconi's own newspaper.
I know.
The drama of it all is still in it. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank
the book
you.
is on release. We have it here. The Irish and the English version is The Rise and Fall of La Scala Diva. In Italy, it's called La Wright,
Una cantante fuori dal comune.
Thank you. You can get that one from the publishers. Sounds fabulous. We haven't a clue what it means, but I'm sure
it means out of the ordinary.
Yeah, well, they were right. They were absolutely right. The Irish version, The Rise and Fall of the Scala Diva, it's 10.75. We're just going to continue chatting here, and we'll let you go off and look at the fashion.
Yes, because we've a lot to talk about.
We've the next 10 years more
extraordinary, I would say, Marjorie. Okay, we're about to talk